The Biden administration is going to block Elon Musk's Twitter deal on national security grounds. The Biden administration vowed to block the Musk Twitter deal on national security grounds amid complaints by mainstream media that non-mainstream views will be allowed to proliferate on the platform following the deal. Twitter is paring some of its overnight declines on reports that the Biden White House is not aware of the national security review for Musk ventures, including Starlink and his deal for Twitter. Zero Hedge reports, of course, the White House is not supposed to comment on, or in fact even know about, what the Committee on Foreign Investment in the United States, CFIUS, does. So this statement is not entirely surprising. It does seem fanciful that the U.S. government would view Twitter as a national security asset. Canaccord Genuity's Quest analyst Graham Simpson said in an email, "As we detailed overnight 1 month ago, we joked that should the Delaware judge force Musk to buy Twitter, then none other than the U.S. government would step in and prevent the South African Elon Musk from gaining control over the blue checkmark echo chamber of record and one social media network which congressional testimony after congressional testimony has argued it can manipulate the outcome of elections." Well, that prediction is about to come true because according to Bloomberg, the Biden administration is discussing whether the U.S. should subject some of Elon Musk's ventures to national security reviews, including the deal for Twitter and SpaceX's Starlink satellite network, citing people familiar with the matter. In short, not only is the deep state government, strike deep state, preparing to block Musk's acquisition of Twitter on national security grounds, unclear what that would achieve, as the stock would crater to single digits, especially after today's snapped earnings, and so many of its employees have already quit. But it may expropriate Musk's satellite pet project too, all for daring to ask a question about the U.S. involvement in Ukraine and what exactly the endgame there is. As Bloomberg adds, U.S. officials have grown uncomfortable over Musk's recent threat to stop supplying the Starlink satellite service to Ukraine. He said it had cost him $80 million so far, and what they see as his increasingly Russian-friendly stance following a series of tweets that outlined peace proposals favorable to President Vladimir Putin. They're also concerned by his plans to buy Twitter with a group of foreign investors. The discussions are still at an early stage, and people familiar said, on condition of anonymity, officials in the U.S. government and intelligence community are weighing what tools, if any, are available that would allow the federal government to review Musk's ventures. One possible legal pathway is through the law governing the Committee on Foreign Investment in the United States to review Musk's deals and operations for national security risks. The CFIUS was used extensively in the Trump administration to block and undo numerous Chinese deals, arguing they could pose a national threat to the U.S. Now it's none other than Musk who has emerged as the deep state's biggest nemesis. As a reminder, the interagency panel known as CFIUS reviews acquisitions of U.S. businesses by foreign buyers. That is, it's not clear if a CFIUS review, which would involve assessments by the Department of State, Defense, and Homeland Security, among others, would offer the government a legal way to conduct a review. But one may not be necessary. Just like the infamous FISA courts, the CFIUS panel operates in total secrecy behind closed doors and rarely confirms when it is conducting reviews. CFIUS also holds the power to review deals that have already been consummated, such as Musk's acquisition of Twitter. What apparently provoked the government into stepping in is that Musk was reportedly chatting up a firestorm with persona non grata number one, Putin that is. Recall that 10 days ago, Vice reported that Elon Musk spoke to Putin before tweeting Ukraine peace plan, which followed Musk's frequent and high abrasive to blue checks and those with a Ukraine flag in their profile, tweeted proposals to end Russia's war and threats to cut financial support for Starlink internet in Ukraine. That's because the Starlink was being used without Ukraine ever paying for it. Now, his tweets and public comments have frustrated officials in the US and Europe and drawn praise from America's rivals, as Bloomberg puts it. Musk later backed down from his threat to stop deploying Starlink and said he would continue to bear the costs of the service. Starlink has become an essential tool for communications in Ukraine during the Russian invasion. Musk has been providing the service for free, but has said SpaceX loses $20 million a month, loses $20 million a month providing it to Ukraine, and he can't be responsible for that cost indefinitely. In short, Musk created just enough pro-Putin innuendo around himself, ostensibly even telling Ian Bremmer that he spoke directly with Vladimir Putin. Musk naturally denied this after it was published. Now, to provoke the US government to intervene on security grounds. After all, you can't have the world's most valuable public forum in the hands of a pro-Putin fanatic, which may have been precisely what Musk wanted. As we said 10 days ago, when news of Musk's Putin phone call emerged, there is no easier way to kill the Twitter deal than to have DOJ step in and prohibit it. Zero Hedge tweets, no easier way to kill the Twitter deal than to have DOJ step in and prohibit it. Max Berger tweeted, Elon Musk spoke to Putin before releasing his proposed peace plan and promised to meet all of Putin's conditions, according to Vice. Indeed, when Delaware Chancery Court is about to rule that you must consummate your $44 billion acquisition of the company that, as Snap today showed, is worth less than $10 billion, your only bet is to force the government of the United States to step in and demand the deal falls apart. And how do you do that? Why, demand the judge pushes back the court case by a few weeks, in which you blast out what to the Biden administration seems to be unhinged pro-Putin propaganda. Well, Elon, old chap, golf clap to a beautifully executed plan. And while the world's richest man, Elon Musk, that is, would never come out and confirm any of this, he did the next best thing late on Thursday when, in response to a fellow reader's reaction to the Bloomberg article that, quote, it would be hysterical if the government stopped Elon from overpaying for Twitter, and quote, Musk responded simply 100 and then laugh, because the collapse of the deal would be just what Musk wanted and intended from the very beginning. This is by Sean Nettleton of Dubai News Punch, and that seems to be what's going to happen. Please leave your comments. Thank you for your support. Kindly support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.